All right, I made it to Tombstone, Arizona. So this is my camp spot. This is at a place that somebody told me about. It's right down the street from Allen Street, the main historic street. This is the Shootout Arena RV Park and Campground. It's $10 a night. There's a little box and envelope right by the entrance. The envelope, you just write your tag number, the date that you arrived, and the day that you plan on leaving. And then you put the money in the envelope and put it in the box. As you can see, there's plenty of parking. That's where the rodeo or the arena is. Up there is the upper level parking lot. Down where I'm at is the lower. So I decided to drive up there a little bit, take a look around town. I found a spot right at the north end of Allen Street where this carriage is turning around. Now, Allen Street is about 3 blocks of no vehicular traffic, so it's only walking or I believe the horse and carriage. So as you can see while walking toward the street here, you have all the wood sidewalks on the right, the raised wood sidewalk on the right hand side and on the left hand side. As you can see, it stretches for about 3 blocks. It's pretty wide, the street. There's the Birdcage Theater and a couple people taking a stagecoach ride around Allen Street here. And I was surprised how wide the road was. So this is the historic Allen Street, the main road of Tombstone. You got Tombstone Harley Davidson there. I don't think they sell any Harleys, just merchandise and stuff. At the end of one of the blocks is where the OK Corral is. And they have the daily shootouts. Of course, there's one of the red sash gunslingers. Yeah, I stopped by the Tombstone Visitor Center, which is on the corner of Allen Street. And just check out the decor and the woodworking. There's a map of the town itself. And then all the brochures for everything you can do in town or surrounding area. I'm looking out onto Allen Street. Got the gunslingers out. But actually pretty interesting building. I mean, old couches, hardwood floors, the old swing doors. This is coming out of the visitor center and taking a look around. You have a lot of stores and a lot of shops. Silver jewelry, Indian jewelry, Western wear, leathers. Of course, you got saloons, a couple saloons in town. This one is the Big Nose Kate's Saloon, which I was in later, which we will show you later. But Big Nose Kate was, I believe, Doc Holliday's girlfriend. And you got some billiards, some pool hall over there, and pretty good leather crafts in the area. Good boots, hats, everything that you need. Saw a lot of people with new boots on, I'll tell you that. But as you can see, they keep the road. There's a dirt road. I'm not sure how deep the dirt is, but I think underneath the dirt is concrete. They just fill it with dirt to make it nice and smooth. And some beef jerky. That place did have some guns in it. I did take a look. And there's another one of the red sash gunslingers. Now these guys are out here promoting the gunfight at the OK Corral. They hold daily showings, I believe, every couple hours or so. So you get the gunslingers out standing around, take pictures and everything, and then You have to pay a fee to go into the OK Corral to watch the gunfight and the story of the gunfight. I didn't do that. I mean, I believe in real life the gunfight lasted maybe less than 5 minutes. So I don't know how long that show is, and I don't know what the cost was, but I'm sure it wasn't less than $20. So I couldn't tell you the actual price on it, but a couple of the other gun shows in the area I noticed were like $15 to $20 per person. And you can see there were some of the gunslingers standing out. I believe a couple of them were the actual, they're Earp brothers. But it is a beautiful little town. A couple of little side spots here where they have the old wagons, the old stagecoaches, and I guess one of the first older automobiles that would have been in town. A lot of the stuff is donated, so there's placards around telling you the story of who donated them. Of course, you got to have the Undertaker. And a couple of the inside of the stores. Hey, I remember this town was a mining town, so this is inside Big Nose Kate's. That's your dining room and bar. And I happened to belly up at the bar and met the bartender, Nate. And there was live music going on. And kind of reminds you of a TGI Fridays of the West. With all the memorabilia on the wall. Ordered me a nice mushroom and Swiss burger. Then took another stroll around town. And then went down to the shootout arena. And this is the paddock where I guess all the animals would be held, the bulls, and the rodeo riders would hang out in here. And you see where the bleachers are, that's where the actual arena is. And then there's upper seating. That is Upper Town. So we are now one level. And to my right here, there's my van. That's the upper parking lot. And there's the lower parking lot where the RV park is. And you can see my van backed in right there. Alright, next morning I woke up, went to the OK Cafe, and had me the Doc Holiday burrito, which was great. And then I went down to, walked down to Old Tombstone, which is kind of a recreation of what I guess possibly Tombstone would have been like back in the day when it was a big mining town. They had discovered silver in the area and had several silver mines. And that's what brought Wyatt Earp to the area, was the silver. So they kind of built a small little area that looks like the old shootout, which probably had horses running through it and everything, but it looked pretty run down, so I don't think they used it very much. And they created some of the old buildings, like the old jail. I mean, these would probably have been about the size of the buildings. I mean, they weren't very big. And then they made a little small downtown shootout area. So you have your, marshal's office, saloon, seating area for everybody to watch the shootout and the gunfight. I'm sure the marshal's office in real life would have been a little bit bigger. So this is where the end of the Old Town area would be, where they hold the gunfight. And then this is the other part where they have a little cantina where they sell sodas and ice cream and stuff like that. And then they have a little arcade shooting range right here. 20 shots for $1. Cantina wasn't open when I was there, but you can sit pretty much anywhere. And then you have the sheriff's office. Then if you walk back a little bit further, you have basically a painting for gold tray right there, where you can pan for gold. I mean, I don't think it's set up right now, but it's basically a slough with water, and then you can use your pans and stuff. And I'm sure there's probably flake gold in there. And then, of course, the cemetery is actually a miniature golf course. And if you walk back around here, behind the golf course, you can see the sides of the golf course. And there is the upper parking lot right there. And then if we go to the edge here, if you look down, you're looking down at the RV park. And this is probably where the old shootout used to be held. And right in this area where it looks like they have the old buildings and all your seating. It was pretty run down, so I don't think they use it anymore. But if they did, that's probably where they had the horses and stuff running from, because it's right next to the arena. So I'm here like in the, technically like the second week or the first week of February. I believe I arrived on the 6th of February. And I'm going to stay here for a couple of days, spend 2 nights. It really wasn't that crowded. There wasn't a lot of people there. The only places that were really busy was like some of the saloons, like Big Nose Kate's was pretty busy. But like this wasn't even technically open. But they were having gunfights at, like, I think the first one was at 11:30, and the next one was at 1:30, and then one I think at 3:30. So they had 3 showings that day. But as you can see, there wasn't really anybody there. I just talked to a couple of actors, and they told me when the gunfights were going to happen. So you could purchase a ticket. I believe it was $15. There's the Tombstone Library. Right behind that's basically the rail cars. And I really didn't notice anywhere you couldn't really walk. I mean, you can pretty much go anywhere without having to pay. Alright, so then I walked over to where the actual shootout arena is. And that part there is where they actually have the show. And then behind is where, you know, the paddock is for the animals. So it's a fairly small arena, but it looks like it seats a lot of people. Now, the next show wasn't going to happen until I think the end of February, so I wasn't going to be sticking around. But I would have liked to have seen a rodeo there, or some bull riding or something. But I guess during the summer they have weekly showings, or, you know, every couple of weeks they have an event going on in there, either horses or bulls. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's where my van is, right there. And that's the whole RV parking lot down there. So, I mean, you're all within walking distance. I didn't realize that the first day I drove around, and then I realized I could just walk up the hill. Well, we're going to call it a day. Continue to watch. I have the rest of Tombstone coming on. So, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you around.